Welcome back. It's me, Ninja Chortle, and I'm bringing you another story. So if you don't know, a story is something that's in my personal life. Just wanted to share it with you. It might be something that was recent or in the past, just anything that's gaming, cosplay, video games, comic books, whatever related. It's just part of my personal history. I'm just going to share it with you. Now, all the videos that I've made on this channel and that's been on the blurdy.com, there hasn't really been anything for cosplay outside of the cosplay contests and stuff. I haven't said anything at length on camera about cosplay or made a video, and that's changing today. So right now I want to talk about why I love cosplay in the first place. Like, where did that come from? It's not something that everyone has or does or is into, but is very much a part of what's going on with blurdy.com. I made sure it's there because I love it so much. It's kind of even a risky thing to put cosplay and comics and video games all together at the same time, but this is my passion, and here's why. So I compare my view of cosplay, at least the first view of it, to being a child, being when you were a baby. If you remember, when you were a kid, you don't remember everything that you did as a kid. Especially in my case, let's just say I don't remember anything before my third or fourth birthday. My first memories as a child is when during my birthday party, it was at my grandma's house, which is here, and it was with my cousin, and we had cake. It was decorated with clowns, and it was blue and yellow, and the clowns were made of plastic, and there was like little umbrellas and stuff on there. And I ate the cake. I've had cake before, and it wasn't the first time. I've been around my family. Obviously I was several years old, but that's the first memories I have as a child. I took the cake, the clowns, and put them on my fingers because there was like little rings or whatever, and I ate the icing off the umbrellas. That's the first time I remember having cake. That's the first memory I have as a young child, and I liken that to cosplay. Like, I've seen cosplay before, and I've experienced, I know that I've seen it. I just don't remember it before I saw Vampy Bit Me. So this was way back. I actually don't remember the year off the top of my head. I think it's 2011 or 2012. I was browsing through Kotaku and came across this post on Vampy Bit Me, and the post was the best of Vampy Bit Me, all of her stuff. Best of Linda Lee is actually what it's titled. And in that, there's so much stuff in there from what she did with Earthbound and her Ray and all the other things that's in there. But it was really the Psylocke cosplay that really sold me, and just like, whoa. I literally did one of these when I first saw this. Like, I couldn't believe how, one, this woman is gorgeous. Two, this cosplay is amazing. Three, I mean, there's no three. It was just, that was it. But wow, like, when I first saw this is when I first noticed cosplay. Again, I'm sure I've seen cosplay before. I've never been to a convention at that point. In fact, my first conventions that I went to were last year. But way back then, I'd never been to a convention, but I know I've seen cosplay before. I just didn't pay attention to it. It was just a thing. Now, cosplay has been around for decades. Like, if I remember correctly, there are people that used to cosplay back in the 1920s or 1930s when movies were first introduced, and people dressed as the characters that were in the first movies. And that's when cosplay in America, at the very least, was born. It's been around as a it's a popular thing internationally, but that was the first time I ever paid attention to it. Is because of Vampy Bit Me's Psylocke and all the rest of it. I didn't understand. I didn't know what Neon Genesis was, and I didn't. It was just pictures of some weird stuff that I'd never seen. But it was a Psylocke because I know Psylocke. I'm a huge X-Men fan, so seeing that was like, wow, one of my favorite characters is real now. And this woman made this costume. She made this costume, and it's amazing. Now, even to this day, I will say that there is not a woman that I can see playing Psylocke over Linda Lee. Like, Olivia Munn's going to do a great job and she looks great in her costume, but I still see Vampy Bit Me doing that. Like I would rather see her. And that's she's my Psylocke. And even though I was totally sold on how amazing she looked, it wasn't really a following. I wasn't a fan yet. It was just like, wow, this super hot, sexy, beautiful girl is awesome as a Psylocke. It was a later post again on Kotaku that they posted her Nightwing costume, and I think she had just finished it. But either way, like it was an amazing looking costume. But along with it, the first photo is her eating fried chicken. So that's part of the titles is she kicks ass as Nightwing and she eats fried chicken. Now, why that's a big deal is because for me personally, I like, looking at pretty girls just like any other man that has ever existed. But for me, I'm not sold on a woman, and this is including my personal life. I'm not sold on a woman just off of physicality, just because they're pretty. I want them to have a nice personality. So when I follow someone, I'm usually interested in their one, yeah, they look physically attractive, but then also, are you funny? Are you smart? Are you witty? Are you cool? Like, I'm interested in their personality. And the loves fried chickens and the fact she also loves Gundams so much. I'm not even into Gundams, but the fact that I see a woman that's into Gundams, that's into, she eats fried chicken and she kicks ass and she has an awesome cosplay. She has Psylocke, she's Nightwing. Like, I hadn't even seen a gender bend anything before that day, all those years ago. And seeing this Nightwing costume just totally kick ass as she's doing it, and the fact that again she made it and she's got all this personality made me a fan that day. I went to social media and started following her on Facebook, which I believe was the only thing I had at that time. But I started following her right away and I became a fan. And it's because of her interaction with all of her friends in the cosplay community is when I started learning about cosplay more. I started seeing her interact with Abby Darkstar and interact with Megan Marie, who are both two amazing, fantastic cosplayers and just women in general. And again, I see Pretty Women. It wasn't just about that. They have great personalities. They're both really great girls. Abby kicks ass. She's so awesome. And Megan, like, look, there's no one in the world, all of the world, that is a better cosplayer. Like, there's some great cosplayers out there that do Wonder Woman and Lara Croft, but there's no one in the world that's better than Megan Marie as cosplaying as Wonder Woman and cosplaying as Lara Croft. There's none. There's just none. That's my opinion, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. There's no one better than Megan. And because of them, that's when I started becoming a fan of cosplay. At first I was just following a woman that dresses in costumes. Because of Abby and because of Megan, I started becoming a fan of cosplay. And even through them, I started learning about Lisa Luhu and Wind of the Stars and so on. And I don't want to drop too many names, and I'll continue my story into why I love cosplay and who I started following and who I follow and stuff like that later on. But this is just an intro video of that. I plan on completely discussing cosplay, not just who I like or who I follow, but the culture itself, talking about different aspects of cosplay and my own personal journey in cosplay, which started a few months ago. If you were interested in that, I've actually wrote down my first experience of cosplaying on blurdy.com. So it's a blog post. There's no video to that right now, but I may make a video on it later. But I will leave a link in the description below for you to check out my first cosplay experience. But make sure you follow Vampy Bit Me if you're not already. This is basically my love song to her because I absolutely love Vampy. To this day, she's one of my favorite cosplayers in general, just period, one of my favorite cosplayers. And still to this day, ever since I first seen her, and still right now, I still think she is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. And that is in cosplay, and that is not in cosplay. That is with makeup on, and that's without makeup on. Truly, like, she is really one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen without makeup on. And when she puts makeup on, it's ridiculously beautiful, insane. I go crazy every time I see her. But not just physically, she kicks ass. And if you're a fan of Vampy Bit Me, you already know that she kicks ass. That she is the fact, and here's why I have a huge crush on her too. Is again, she is a nerd. Like, she's not an unapologetic nerd. She is into the Gundams. She is into the anime. She plays games. She does all of these things, and she's not ashamed of it. It's easy to be a female in the world, period, and just allow yourself to be sucked into what they expect you to be in the world. And the fact that you can basically say, I'd rather spend my Friday night building Gundams or going to Home Depot, picking up some PVC, picking up some other supplies for her costumes, and work on building something for her next cosplay as a Friday night, and when she looks as incredibly beautiful as she is, the world expects someone as beautiful as her to go out, party, club, do all those things, and not sit and read mangas or build Gundams or even eat fried chicken, for crying out loud. Like, the world expects so much out of a woman like that. And for me to sit there and over these years learn her and follow her and really adore her because of how great she is and because of her personality, really who she is, and she doesn't care about what people think about her, and she's allowed herself to become a great cosplayer and embrace that as a person, that embracing who she is. And this is one great reason why, if you don't follow her, you should, especially if you're a woman that's a aspiring cosplayer. Vampy Bit Me has my highest recommendation because she's been doing this for a long time. She is a very passionate person about what she does, and she is an excellent role model for not just cosplayers but women. And I could sit here and praise her all day, and I probably should end this video by now. But again, I will always follow her, and she's an amazing cosplayer, one of the best in the world, one of the best people, one of the most beautiful women, so on. I'm rambling now. But again, this is just my first video talking about cosplay. There will be more later on. There will be more later on this month. I will be at C2E2. I don't think she's gonna be there, but I'll be there. I'm gonna take lots of pictures and do lots of different things, going to panels. I know DTJAAAAM will be there for sure. I actually got not introduced, but I learned of DTJAAAAM not too long after I learned of Vampy Bit Me. So I think DTJAAAAM was the second person I started following on social media that was a cosplayer. So yes, she'll be at C2E2. Maybe I can score an interview with her. She's gonna be a really busy lady, I know that. There's tons of panels at C2E2. I'm gonna do the best to bring back as much cosplay footage as possible, possibly make a cosplay video, definitely lots of pictures, and try to interview as many cosplayers as I can, on top of anyone that's randomly walking around that I'm able to talk to. So I don't have a press pass this year, so hopefully next year that'll be something that I can get. But thank you for watching this video. If you are still watching after all of this love affair with Vampy Bit Me, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for more. Make sure, if you're watching this on Facebook, I'm saying all this YouTube stuff because I'm posting it on YouTube, so this is basically an optimized video for YouTube, but I'm posting it on Facebook anyway. So Make sure you go to subscribe to us on YouTube, or just, follow us on Facebook or whatever. Do the thing, click all the things that make this a positive video. I will see you guys next time. I will try to make a video again this week if possible. See you guys next time. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, share the video with whatever social media you have, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put up all types of videos as well as blog posts on our blog, blurdy.com, about gaming and comic books and cosplay, movies and TVs. We have reviews, we have previews, we just discuss whatever is happening in our nerdy world. So make sure you go and check us out. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, so you can watch us play games. And we also have an Instagram account which is 100% dedicated to cosplay. So if you are a cosplayer or just a cosplay lover, make sure you follow us on Instagram. But you're here on YouTube or maybe watching us on our blog, blurdy.com. So while you're here, make sure you start watching this video right here.